is talking to a student. It was a really good conversation, but I didn't have a chance to turn on the camera. But she knew a little bit about it, but I did educate her, and she took a picture of the card on my sign. I told her about how, she said, "Was it true?" This is how it started. She goes, "Does that say it's a cult?" I said, "Yes, it does." And she said, "Is it true if you go in there, they'll lock the doors on you and not let you leave?" And I said, no, it's not that bad. I said, a lot of the students go in, and I said, just don't give them your real information. So hopefully people will get some notifications here soon. I don't like to pre-schedule if I can help it, but I know I get a few more views here and there if I do pre-schedule, but I don't want to let them know. Because if I wasn't on... Oh, look! Somebody's been here. Well, I don't know what that means. That may be something... I don't know what that is. But... I come in a couple different ways depending on the traffic. So, usually I can't drive right in front of the org on the way in. Whew! It's hotter than I expected. In the shade, it feels great. Oh, look, they're all open. Haha, good. Haha. Gonna get them. I'm gonna get them with the stats. I think that's something that'll really... Oh, they got both their signs out. And their table. So, I'll tell you about this sign in a minute. Let me see. Ask yourself why you can't read any book you want or go online. Because I've read the OT levels and I didn't get sick. I think that was a good one. All right. Let's see. Live chat. Hello all. Oh, it's very shaded right now. This is the time I used to come, but it's been so hot. I think I'm just going to stay right here in front. I just have to make sure my phone... I like to be... like, have a little fort. Let's see. That'll put the signs on each side. Alright. Let's see. Is my camera in the shade? Let's see. If I move... I'm moving the camera a lot, you guys. You might want to look away. I'm trying to figure out where the best shade is for my camera. Dang it. I gotta be clear back here. Alright, I guess I gotta be back here. Alright, hang on. I gotta change positions on my... So anyway, as I was saying, nobody was on yet. I'm about 15 minutes late because in the back here, she saw my sign and we struck up a conversation. So I talked to a student for about 15 minutes. I didn't get to get it on camera. I didn't know I'd be there that long, or I would have. But that's okay. Alright, so... There we go. Alright. That way I can block their personality sign a little bit. Let's see. I need more shade. The tree gives sporadic shade and it's windy. Dang it, I can't have my phone in the... There we go. Sorry guys, I cannot have my phone in the sun at all or it will heat up and die. I swear I'm gonna get that sign done this weekend. Our weekend starts on Tuesday, so tomorrow. Who's here, y'all? 5 people, let's see. 5. Live chat, all messages, there we go. So how's everyone doing? back at the org today. Nice day though compared to the last couple of months. Classes just switched when I was rolling in at, what time is it? 2? Because oh my gosh. What is with these people and their mufflers? That was just a loud muffler. So that totally, I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh, classes changed because I could not get down the street. And it's rude. I'm trying to turn and this guy just shows up out of nowhere going diagonally up the street, blocking me from turning. I was halfway turned into the street because nobody was coming across the crosswalk. Rudeness. But I'm still here for him. Hi, y'all. I've got 8 people. Oh, that's a good number to start. It's actually pretty quick. But I'm gonna probably start trying to come. This was the time I used to come, but it got too hot. So I'll be here when classes let out at 5, hopefully. Oh, my camera's in the, there we go. I gotta keep an eye on that. So, let's see. We can look at the table, see if anybody takes that, or we can people watch in a minute. I will go over to at 5. I will go over to the corner like I did last time, because you have like hundreds of people coming across that intersection when school lets out. So I'm gonna be over there. Where's everybody from? I am touching their sign. I gotta be careful. It's like right there, and the other one's right there. I don't want to touch their sign. Hey, Scouse Mouse from the UK. That means it's later for you. Thanks for being here. That was a fun chat we were having. That was yesterday, right? My days run together sometimes. Hey, girls here. Hello. What's up? You know, I put on Do Not Disturb, and my camera is notifying me that most likely my dogs are outside because it's constant. And I told my husband not to put them out. So I'm getting constant. Every time they run up and on the porch, the camera goes off. Oops, sorry. Auditing Scientology, Kansas City. Class break between 3:15 and 3:45. So yeah, I think it's like, well, maybe. I'm here too late. It's after 4 already. But I noticed that like 10 minutes to the hour, I think, is when classes let out. So it's like a 50-minute class. I had to log off last night. I could not get through the whole 10 minutes. Bullshit. I get it. That one was actually kind of a hard one. Sometimes they can be interesting. Sometimes they can be just boring. And sometimes they can just be nuts. That chapter was nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if the new release that, I don't know, David Miscavige isn't very smart. If he was smart, he would have taken that whole chapter out for the modern age, because holy crap. Question: what are your overall observations from getting into the detail of the books? My overall observation that we really talked about, and as Never Ends especially, and looking at it from the outside. Early on in some of the chapters, you can tell he really studied hypnotism. He really studied how to control people. He really studied how to re-stimulate trauma. And he literally lays out what he's going to do to you in Scientology, but he's saying, this is how I'm going to fix you. And he literally said that if you have trauma and you're in an environment that re-stimulates you constantly, it can turn part of your brain into an unconscious state, like shut it off, so that you're easily controlled. And if you keep somebody re-stimulated all day long in an environment that is the way it is, especially in the Sea Org and staff, public, not quite as much, but you're in an environment where you're not allowed to be kind. You're in an environment where people snitch on you all the time, so you're always stressed, and you are constantly have to get these stats done. You're constantly in fear, and he is re-stimulating trauma all day long. And Nora really talked about it quite a bit. And so I see people in chat sometimes in other saying, "Oh, these people are so dumb. How did they get into it?" That's not it at all. It's not it at all. It's not an intelligence level. It's a trauma level, especially if you've been indoctrinated since a kid, and if you were in the Sea Cadets. So you're in an environment that is causing you trauma. Your own parents do cause you trauma because you're not supposed to have kids, or they don't treat kids like children. So it starts at an early age. And so it's nothing but a trauma-filled environment that is constant stress. Hi.
Hi. I have a quick question.
Sure.
Like, why is Scientology?
The difference between a religion and a cult won't let you leave. They have 3 levels of members, and their Sea Org, which is like a military wing, it's their slave labor. They do house and feed them, but if they don't make money, which they don't when I'm standing here, they get fed beans and rice. They don't get their $50 a week, and they sign a billion-year contract because they believe you live multiple lives. And the old people you see in here looking all stooped, they're probably Sea Org, and they've been working in it their whole lives, indoctrinated as children. They've had people escape in the trunks of cars. They've had people ran off the road. If they think you're gonna blow, that's what they call escaping. They will alert the whole, like, they have bases in California and stuff, more than just an org. They will put you in a room with a guard. Yep. And relocate you if needed. Yep.
Okay, because I was just curious what this is, because I've seen it like passing by, and I was curious what this
They don't have a deity. L. Ron Hubbard in 1950 wrote a book called Dianetics. He was a science fiction writer. And he told a buddy that, I'm not making enough money on my books. To make money, I'm going to start a religion. And he studied black magic with Jack Parsons, who was Aleister Crowley's protege in the 40s. And because I'm reading Dianetics on Sundays with people in the chat, really discussing how they get you in, before there was the internet. What you're seeing in here now is usually second, third generation. That you're not seeing new people off the street, because you guys at least know there's something wrong with it, because it's all over the internet. What we started, this only started, it hasn't even been a year yet. It just kind of blew up. We had these survivors that had channels, and then we're called Never Ends, and we were never in. They encouraged everybody to start a channel, anybody, so we could inundate YouTube with anti-Scientology. Well, they started protesting in LA and shut down what they call their biggest body routing place, because it's on Hollywood Boulevard. So people like me, a grandma that never thought I'd be on YouTube. When they opened in February, I was angry, because they're trying to get young people that don't know any better. And I chased somebody away one day. They were talking to him, and they had him snowed completely and was about to go in. I'm like, dude, no. And the abuse is what brought me here, the child abuse.
Can I ask, are y'all Christians?
I am. We're all different.
Okay.
The community's called SPTV. That's not what brought me here. I don't care what other religions do.
Okay.
But when they start abusing their children, because they believe their last life they were probably an 80-year-old man, so they don't treat them like children.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of SA and child abuse, a lot of survivors that have come out. And then when you get too old to work for them, be their slave labor, they stick you in a house and take your Social Security, take out credit cards in your name you know nothing about, because you're going to die and they're going to go away. Well, Mike Brown, that card on this side, these are all survivors that were in as kids, never got an education, were doing slave labor at 8, 9, 10 years old. And the problem, and so anyway, Mike Brown's on there. He got his mom out last year, like had to go steal her, and found out she was $160,000 in debt, and she didn't even know.
So is there a place we can follow you?
Yeah, I'm Miss Kim SP on YouTube.
Well, I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, no problem.
I really did not know. I was just talking to him like,
That's why I'm here. I'm here partially because there's foundations that'll help them escape, and then I'm also here to educate anybody that doesn't know what's going on.
Type it in, I apologize.
Sure, no problem. That's awesome. Thank you. I was nothing before February. It's been amazing.
Yeah,
here I am.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, my mom's against this, and we were just walking back.
Yeah.
I was like,
There's a lot people don't know. And the problem is they got their tax exempt status back. It was removed in the 90s because the leader that kind of took over when the first leader died, he wasn't supposed to. It was a coup. He just wanted to. He's worse. But he badgered the IRS with 2,200 lawsuits to agents and the IRS. So they're like, okay, fine. And so because they're a tax exempt church, they won't investigate them like they do. They wait until they have to implode. Nexium actually stole a lot from them, if you know about that one. That cult, there were some celebrities in that.
so where do they get all their money?
The public, people like Tom Cruise, the Bart Simpson's voice gave $50 million. So they have $1 billion in the bank, and they have real estate. They have 93 properties in Clearwater that are sitting empty just because they don't want people around their base. And they don't have to pay taxes. And so when they were remodeling this, because he bought this 55 years ago because it was across from, but to remodel it, no money comes down. It only goes up. So they had to fundraise and get donations from the public in order to make enough money to remodel it and get it open. Huh?
They don't dip into that money to...
Nope. They use the interest. Like the leader, he has a $200,000 Bentley and Italian handmade shoes, and these guys in here are making $50 or $200 a week working slave labor. But they don't know because they're not allowed to talk to each other. They don't really know. That's why I yell facts at them, because a lot of these things they don't know. They don't realize that they only have 30,000 members. They're told it's 30 million. But we have cameras on so many. Do you mind being on camera for a minute? Because they don't want to watch me. So, forget what I was going to say. Oh, so people like me are just coming out with a camera and a phone. That some people don't have all the crap I do, but I drive like 300 miles round trip to come down here, so I bring home some crap. And we're showing how dead they are. This one actually has more traffic than some of them. Dallas, they're not making enough money to keep their lights turned on. In South Africa, last time I heard, they had a $53,000 electric bill, and David Miscavige, the leader, wasn't going to pay it. So I think they got their electricity turned off. I'm not sure. And other countries have banned them. Other countries in the UK, they're investigating their living conditions. Because that alone, I mean, the way that they house them, and then if they're really targeting third world countries right now, and they get them, oh, you can come to the United States, and then they take their passport. And then they're afraid because they don't have their passport. They're in the United States. They're scared. Yep.
Well, thank you for your time.
No problem. It's called SPTV. But if you start with those channels, you took a picture of that, right?
Yes, yeah.
If you start with those channels, they're like, their stories are the ones that broke my heart. Really did. What they've been through. So.
I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you very
No
much.
problem.
I'm one of those clueless kids that were just gonna.
Yeah,
go
see,
in.
80% at least know Scientology bad. But you get this small number of people that know nothing. 2 years ago, I knew nothing. Except Tom Cruise was in it.
Right.
Well, he knows. We used to think that maybe he was so high up he didn't know. He has used the Sea Org slave labor on his properties to do work for free.
Tom Cruise, what are you doing?
He's got $300 million.
What is going on?
Right. That's why all his wives have left and escaped.
Wow.
Do you know, there was one girl, they looked all through Scientology to find the most beautiful Scientologist to get him a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was originally from Iran. She was a model.
Yeah.
And she was gave him to him as a girlfriend. And now she is what you call public. So the public are the ones that just come in and do courses and give a bunch of money and pay. It costs you hundreds of $1,000s to do all the courses. Well, all she did, because she was, the leader, David Miscavige, has a Boston accent. They were at dinner, and all she did was say, "Could you repeat that?" And the next thing she knew, she was cleaning bathrooms with a toothbrush. And she left Scientology.
Okay, yeah, definitely giving cults for sure. Okay.
Yep,
Well,
so...
I appreciate you giving
Yes,
us
thank you
Oh,
very
I appreciate you listening.
No problem.
That's amazing, because you guys will tell other people,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to get the word out.
Yeah.
We want the government to get involved.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I didn't know anything about that, and who knew? Right here would have all this. That's,
I know, and I know it's, and see how they try to get you to come in. They
I know they said something about like a personality test or something like
Yep,
that.
I've got a box of them.
Yeah.
And then they have a cafe, and they do open mic night.
Yeah.
That's just to get you in.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely just tell your friends stay away.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. It was very nice to meet you.
You
I'm
too.
Elle, by the way.
What?
Elle.
L?
Yes,
Okay.
it's nice to meet you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That was cool. That was real cool. That was cool. I love doing that. All right, so I've totally been ignoring the chat. All right, let's go. Let's go back. A lot. A lot. Wow, where were we? Okay, Scout's Mouse. That was a really good question. Thanks, Scout's Mouse. When you actually read it, we were talking about Dianetics earlier, if you don't realize. So when you actually read it, you realize how dangerous it is, especially when you have to word clear everything, respect for reading it and increasing your understanding. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Rika, hello. Yep. Yep. Traveling Panda, hello. Miss Sunrise. Fluffer Squirrel. Scooter Mom. Let's see. Yep, thanks, Panda. That's what I'm here for. Love Maddie, hi. Adam, hello. Philly accent. Ah, I was close. The general area. I did forget that. Why did I think it was Boston? I don't know. Hi, Susan. I just saved 2 people from the call. I hope so. I really do. Because I came up, it was I only see the table out on Fridays before when I come for the graduation. And this young man was having this amicable conversation. I need to go in and clip that out. And I came up and I started educating him. And he ended up shocked and like ran off. Or walked very fast. You unsubscribed me from time to time. Keep an eye on your subscription. Okay. Oh, YouTube. I didn't see that part. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't understand that, because I have literally a ridiculous amount of subscriptions. I subscribe to anybody that, especially if they're a small channel and I like their content. I don't always get to watch them all, so I would never know if I was unsubscribed unless, I went in and was keeping an eye on them all. My poor sign. I really need to get that new sign done. I just looked and I was unsubscribed. Holy crap. Jeez. Doing this to little channels, that's not cool. We need all the help we can get. We don't need the opposite. Wow. That sucks. But 28 people. That's awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to clip that conversation. Okay, so I've tried to go back, because this is 6 months worth of videos, and try to find the really good conversations I've had and clip them out. But that's a daunting task. Jeez, I was unsubscribed too. Ugh. Now, some of you may have missubscribed. I have 28 subscribers on my personal account because people don't realize I have 2 accounts. I have my personal and I always chat and I do my memberships and stuff with my personal, and that's my picture. And then the Texas symbol is my protest channel. I don't know how their algorithm works, but they do this with other channels too. I know. Well, look at, I don't know if you guys realize, but oh hell no. The reason she has 7 or 8 accounts is because she'll be in the chat and she'll just disappear. Nobody can see her. She's not blocked, nothing. Oh, good, Susan. Fluffer. I have a good few clips I could go through and send the ones I have of yours, Miss Kim. Oh, that would be cool. That would be awesome, Fluffer Bro. If you have the time, I know you're busy. You have a lot to do. I just need to get off my butt and do it. I'm trying to get used to, you know, all the stuff I need to do for the channel and things like that. I thought all I would do is come out and talk on a camera, but there's a little bit more involved. So I'm getting into it. I'm getting better. I need some caffeine. I, for some reason, didn't drink my coffee. Ooh, there's motorcycles out front. But yeah, that's cool. But I just need to get through it and do it. I wish I would have realized I should have been doing that all along, and then I wouldn't have to go and start from scratch. So maybe I'll work backwards, because I know a few lately that I've had. I think you may have to click the notifications. That too, I found out Subscribenetics. Yep, Adam. That's what the algorithm's called. I did find out that when you subscribe to a channel, if you don't do anything else, you just hit subscribe, it automatically puts you in personalized notifications, not all notifications. So I had to go through all of my subscriptions when I figured that out. The ones that I wanted to get notifications all the time on, because I didn't want all of them, I went in and I had to change every single one to all notifications. And a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, hi Osa. I'm learning that shorts are really helpful to reach new people, and that my dogs are a lot more popular than me. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. Man, my dogs, yesterday, oh my gosh, it was like their only job was to mess with my live stream. I've never seen them that rambunctious. Yep, you have to adjust notifications. Yeah. Hey, Osa, eat our shorts. Yep. They can kiss my butt. I don't care. But let me put... Oops, sorry guys. Dang it. Maybe I need a heavier tripod. So, but look at this sign, y'all. How they're getting people in. You have free personality test and you have personal efficiency seminar. So they make it like it's not a church at all. That it's just, you know how they do, that it's just a place to better yourself and it's not a money-making scheme. I wonder how much the seminar is. Does it say free? Nope, it doesn't say free. So, kind of curious about that. It's a little dead today. It's not a holiday, is it? That was last week. What is today? What's the date today, y'all? I think because I can't look. If I do anything on my phone, I'm afraid it'll kick me off. Is it the 10th yet? I'm so bad about actual dates. I missed doctor's appointment. Proud. Oh yeah, Miss Sunrise Dawn is also a member. Oh, it's tonight. Thank God. Tomorrow. Ah! Since it's kind of dead right now, I'll turn it back around when we get more foot traffic. Tomorrow's my husband's birthday. I have to go get him something because I always end up forgetting. What church does this? A secular business does this. Exactly. And what church closes the blinds and the doors? Just because I'm out here, I can see them closing the doors because I'm loud sometimes and they don't want to hear it. Why are you going to close the blinds on all your merchandise and your cafe? What would draw people in? What are we going to see that they're worried about? Honestly, because of the glare, you really don't see much except at night. How is that personal efficiency working for the Scientologists? Are they selling any books? Mm-mm. Hey, look, I turned blue. I told you I would. Hey, Bob. Thank you. Thank you. It's so much better now, though. God, it was so hot and hard to get out here. It feels so good right now. I'm in the shade. There's a breeze. It's only in the 80s. So nice. I can come back midday now instead of trying to come late or in the morning. Ugh. I'm so ready for this weather. My most viewed shorts is one of my dog being all excited to pick my kiddo up. I know, right? Me too. I mean, when I'm in... I watch shorts every once in a while. I don't do it a lot. Thank you.
Welcome to the free world.
That was cool. Yeah, this is the main entrance right here. And you don't see a lot of car traffic. You might see a delivery truck or something come out. It's all foot traffic. And it's a T-junction. So you get a lot at class change. And at the end of the day, you get a lot of people over there. So at 5 o'clock, well, before 5, about 10 minutes or quarter till, I'm going to go over to the corner. Oh, Boxing for Life. Thank you so much. Thank you. That'll go towards gas for sure. Thank you so much.
Good work.
Oh, thank you. Tell your friends, stay away. That was nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still working out this monetization thing. Jumping through all their hoops. Now I'm waiting for something to come in the mail with a code on it to prove my address. It's so complicated. Drinking my cold brew. I love this stuff. I just got into it like this last year. It's making my teeth dark. Thanks. Yeah. I would rather, honestly, do the talking with people than the yelling the facts at the building. Although, a lot of times I strategically yell things that they already know when there's like a group walking by. It's kind of for them too. Like the fact that, because they may not know they only make $200 a week. They may not know their leader drives a Bentley and Sea Org only makes $50 a week. But this last chapter we read in Dianetics, the crickets, we did really understand why Scientologists don't go to the doctor. Because it was all about prenatal engrams while the child is in the womb, and doctors, and they've got them scared to death to go to the doctor for fear of getting an engram if they put them under. Scared to go to the dentist. So, and then on top of that, if you're a clear, you're told, well, if you're a clear, you can control your environment and you shouldn't ever get sick. You shouldn't need glasses. You shouldn't have any, other than like a car accident injury. Bar that, everything else, you should be able to stop and fix yourself. That all illness is caused by engrams and it's your fault. So that's why they're dying of they're not finding out till they're like, what do they call that? 4th stage inoperable. I think I would be the same way if I ever go protesting. Yep. And he used the Sea Org for his BFS every need slave labor. Yep. I told that couple that. I don't know if you were here for that. They didn't know anything about Scientology, and I said, "You think?" They said, "Well, where do they get their money?" We got into that, and I said, "And if you think Tom Cruise doesn't know what's going on, he has used their slave labor on his properties." When I found, early on, I thought that might be the case. Early on, I thought maybe he doesn't really know. Maybe he's too insulated, and maybe he doesn't know. But we found out that's not true. You pulled it. Yep, you pulled it in. I know what you meant. Yep. And so you don't dare tell anybody that you have an ache or a pain or something wrong or you're sick, because that's not going to get you anywhere. There was a girl, I don't remember her name, but I think Erin talked about it. I'm not sure. Or Lauren, I don't remember. I can never remember where I heard it, but I do remember that I did. They're so secretive. Okay, you're going to fix it. I do that too. Oh, there was a girl that was sick for 4 months. I think she was Sea Org. And they put her in a room and isolated her, but she got no medicine. Finally, after 4 months, they let her go to the doctor. I don't remember what she had. Probably a lot. I wish there was an edit feature on live chats. All you can do is, I know, right? I know. That would be YouTube. Hello, YouTube. There are things you could be doing for us instead of just screwing it all up. If they're not YouTube's not evolving. Like shutting down channels because they're multi-streaming on several channels. That should be okay. That brings in more views. And I know they can't track the algorithm that way. Find a way. They got the money. They can pay somebody to figure that out instead of shutting down channels. Oh my God, my dogs are outside again. My camera drops down, covers up my whole phone because I have 6 notifications, and I couldn't figure out how to sign out. Yeah, exactly, Maddie, exactly. I'm like, there are so many ways that they could improve for everybody, the creators. So, like the Church of Scientology not evolving, stuck in LRH time. Exactly. They're still getting paid what they were getting paid in the 50s, I think. They haven't upped it, have they? I know the 50 hasn't changed. It's $200 a week. Has that changed at all? Which they never get paid. There's a guy that walked by. I'm going to cut his out for sure, but he wasn't quite on camera. He was off to the side. So, they're so secretive, only critics publicly discuss their text. Totally normal, fixed. Yep. But, that's what I said. They lived in the shadows and in secret for 70 years. Now, with social media, they're not going to be able to keep their secrets anymore. It's coming out. Eventually, we know there was a senator that knows about them. I wish we would inundate that particular senator with emails. Please start hearings on their tax-exempt status. If you know this is going on, please educate your fellow senators. That's where we need to get them. So, but I mean, reading the book is difficult, but it's been worth it because it's really opened my eyes and made me understand how people get in, how they stay in, how they get sucked in, and how they can't leave, and why they do the things they do, why they do the silent birth, why they won't go to the doctor. They've got them terrified to go to the doctor, that they might go and get an engram. And then how are you going to tell a civilian OBGYN that you want a silent birth? And why?
That's true, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm going to turn it back around. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. I do. I get a lot of thumbs up. Sometimes they don't actually say it. They'll just walk by and do the job, which I love. I love that. I can't help it. I do. I don't need a drink right now. I have my favorite shirt on. It says, I got so much procrastinating done today. Let's see. Let's do some people watching. Yeah, we got some people coming up. What time is it? Oh my. Is it 5? Oh no, it's 3. So it's just class change. So, anytime a religion says you can't read everything about them in their text, about their religion and beliefs, in my opinion, it's a cult. It all should be plain, open to and clear for all. I love my shirt. I know. Yeah. I mean, and the problem is they don't think that because most of these people have been indoctrinated since children. I doubt many of the people we see inside became new members as an adult. Bob. I wonder if my skateboard guy is going to be here today. I think he knows he lost because I didn't resort to cursing back and forth. I just said, he ran off when I started saying, well, give me facts. I'll listen. Give me facts. And he couldn't. Never allow yourself to get in an argument that doesn't involve facts. Because then that's all it is. You're just arguing. Like, I mean, he tried everything. If my favorite, Hitzel put a comment that he said, if you don't skateboard, you can't have an opinion. Yeah, that was ridiculous. All right. See how many kids come by here and why he bought this building right here? Makes me ill. That's what made me come down here. Was many adults believe in Scientology harder because they chose to go into it, whereas second gen had no choice. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if they came in as an adult, they were interested and they had a reason they wanted to come in. And you know, like we were reading yesterday, makes me ill too. Love Maddie. Yep. So I'm on YouTube, not. I wonder if I can highlight comments. Nope. But there was a paragraph in there that made Dianetic sound so great, and he made it sound like the whole world had been using it forever, for a long time, and that he was just compiling it into a book. And the way that he words stuff, that's where they get you. And I'm like, you know, if I would have read this before the internet and I had nowhere to double check on it, I probably would have been interested in it too. You know? Oh, the bells. Can you guys hear the bells? Scientology has no facts, only factions. Yep. Yep, that's true. They don't have any facts. They have a made-up story. They have a made-up... I can't call it original. They have made-up courses. They have made-up levels that they have to attain. That this guy just pulled out of his brain. Well, he did research like probably other cults. So remember, there was a time he was trying to get into a country in Africa, I believe. And he was going to try to take it over, just like Jim Jones did. He did the same thing. So, you know, he studied, and the amount of times he talks about hypnotism in this book, and that they're being hypnotized and he's going to fix it, He actually tried his hand at being a stage hypnotist. So go watch my video on LRH and Black Magic. It's only 11 minutes long. And there's a link to the interview and the book that I got, because there's a lot more that I just couldn't fit into a short video. The guy failed upwards. He failed everything he'd ever touched. He stole from everyone he ever dealt with in business. He lied about everything. That's the only thing he was good at, is being, what did Aleister Crowley call him? A confidence trickster. That was the only thing he was ever good at. He knew how to be charming. That's what people said. Also, Dianetics is a very different animal from full-bore Scientology. Yeah. Because he's using things in there that he would never say in Scientology. He uses the word therapy. He says a woman should be treated well. He says children should be treated well, nurtured and loved. They don't do any of that in Scientology. Did you hear he wanted to take over Rhodesia? That was what it was, Rhodesia. Yeah. He wanted to be Jim Jones. Although Jim Jones hadn't had one yet. That was dumb. Or maybe had. I'm not sure when he did the Rhodesia thing. But, you know, all cult leaders want to do the same thing. They want to be in control. They want to tell everybody what to do, and they want them to give them all of their money. So they can do what they want. Did you hear that statement that I got from John Atack, that I'm not sure if LRH actually said it or not, but I thought he did. Let's see if I can remember it right, because it's long and I had to write it down. He said, life is a game. We're all playing a game. There are pieces in the game. Then there are players. And the players are supposed to keep the rules of the game away from the pieces. Right now, David Miscavige is the player, and the pieces are all of Scientology. Then there is the game maker. The game maker doesn't have to follow the rules. Because we've always talked about how L. Ron Hubbard didn't follow his own rules. He took drugs and did all kinds of stuff he wasn't supposed to do. Because he was into the sex magic with Jack Parsons, and he wasn't married to anybody. Well, his wife was somewhere else. I want to date Taylor Swift. Wanting and doing are very different. That makes sense completely. Totally. You see how it dropped down, you get this big influx that crosses the street and everything. I'm loving that the classes are in, because I didn't realize how dead it was this summer until they were all back. How little I got to talk to people. I mean, I remember now last spring, I could easily talk to at least 3 different people during a live stream. Like full conversations. I got double digits watching. I'm very happy with that. I appreciate it. I think it's probably a better time than when I was trying to come early on a weekday or later on a weekday. So there's something. Oh, I kind of hit a... Ooh, what is... Are they having a protest today? Right behind this guy, you'll see her when she moves. She's got a big flag. It must be a student protest or something today. They told me the last time they had a student protest, it spilled out right there over to here. So I need to watch out. Because they probably do it right in there because it's the main entrance. Is probably where the admin buildings are and stuff. So I like that it's not so hot that now I don't have to hotspot to my other phone and put this one in the cooler. That was ridiculous. Because my backup phone didn't like me going horizontal. Oh, I need some more water. When I move, I like to move the camera in case anybody comes up on me. So we're going to turn it a little bit.
I already talked to you.
I just got water all over me. But it's just water. It'll dry. My husband was getting on me about last time when that guy came up. He said it was too close, but he didn't realize that the reason the guy was leaning over the way he was is my wagon was between us. I try to keep things right here. I'm a little bit open, but I like being right in front of the door when I can. There's only 30,000 members now because all of the orgs are down stat. See, I can't think fast. Brought my notebook, you guys. If you guys want to give me things to say, and I'll write them down and put them on the list. Okay, so I got my notebook out. That's Dianetics. And that's live streaming. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. I got my who and trafficking I'll get into here. I already wrote some things down you guys gave me before. The math ain't mathing. Alright, here we go. Alright. In 4 of 66, hoping to form a remote safe haven for Scientologists, LRH wanted to Rhodesian Rhodesia. Despite his attempts to curry favor with the local government, it promptly refused to renew his visa, compelling him to leave the country. Yep. Give the clear cognition. Yeah. Acid, the order has experienced exponential growth since going ideal. Ah. Have you experienced exponential growth since going ideal? Question mark. LRH died. Of course, they won't know that, but you can look up the, what do you call that? They're in hiding, no confront. Why? I said something similar. Why are you hiding? You should confront. Confront. Why can't you talk to me? Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, he did have drugs in his system his whole life. Your bookstore has one author. Isn't that kind of weird? That is neat. Your bookstore has one author. Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of weird? Okay. What is the org hiding? Nothing. The org is hiding all the nothingness. Hey, you could perhaps say, do you know the suicide rate is higher in Scientology than out? You know what they'll say. They'll say it because they're dropping the body. But I'll say it anyway. I like to end them with make that make sense. Because if I end it with make that make sense, it sounds more like a question than me just trying to yell mean things at them. Plus, are you happy? That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I don't know the clear cog. I haven't memorized it. I'm mocking up my own reactive mind, and I'm not doing it anymore. What's the rest? If you're free, why can't you read whatever you want? I say that a lot. I do. But I'm gonna put it all on I'm gonna type it all out and laminate it, and so I can carry it and remind myself. If you're free, they don't have time to read. They probably don't even have time to read the books that are in there. When they're off, they're asleep. I've been mocking up my own reactive mind all along, and I'm not doing it anymore, right? Thank you, guys. I don't know why I can't remember that. I'm going to put that on one of my signs. Because some of them might not be clear yet. You never know. Look, we might save them some time. I'll end it with, now you're clear. And I just saved you what? They said $50,000? Now you're clear. And I saved you money. Alright, 100K? Okay, 100K. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. LR Shabana, you guys on TGAC. hasn't he come back? Come back like he said. Some of them don't know it, so I'll say, why hasn't he come back in 20 years like he said he would? It's kind of long. He said he would. But especially on Friday nights, I get a little bit louder. Most working volunteering in there haven't done any OT levels and never heard of Xenu. Yeah. That's why I like, you don't answer me, but ask yourself, why can't you talk to me? Right. I tell them, I did remember to say, if communication is the universal solvent, why can't you talk to me? So let me put the universal solvent on here so I don't forget it. Yeah, it's a good one. No one is protesting independent Scientology. It's about crimes, not beliefs. I could probably say also I'm protesting the crimes in Scientology. I don't care about the beliefs. That's something I could say. Because I really don't. What brought me here was all the horrible stories I heard. Hi, Keith. They're trying to give me things to say, and I'm putting it in my notebook. I'm going to type it up on a card that I can carry, because I'm horrible with trying to, on the spot, remember things to say. So, are we sure that independent Scientology doesn't have crimes? They are following LRH policy. Independent Scientology. Oh, a lot of them I don't even know about. Are they following LRH policy? I do remember to yell things like that David Miscavige's Squirrel Detect. You're not supposed to fundraise. What was the other one? Oh, that if you want your money back, LRH said you could have it. I do kind of remember that one. The one's about money, I remember. I guess that's my thing. So, I got a lot. That's the second page. There are people who went all the way up the bridge and did not get abilities that were promised. Yep, I gotta remember that one. You know what I just wrote? I thought of a different way to say it. Why can't OTHs use their abilities to get rid of me? I'll do both. But yeah, I was about to tell somebody else up there who was saying that some people in here don't know about Xenu and all that, and that's where having survivors of the cult in our chats or on doing interviews and telling us, protesters, what works and doesn't work. And we were told, talking about Xenu doesn't do any good because half of them don't know about it. sptvfoundation.org or .com, give them an email. The only ones who believe he's coming back were those Sea Org at Int and Gold Base. That's what they were told. Everyone else were told he dropped his body to get on target 2 to get... Yeah, that's true. Independent Scientology doesn't have a single control point. That's the major difference in crimes. Control point. Oh, the door got him. sptvfoundation.org I'm seeing some more public come in, and OTs can control mess but can't handle a protester. Yep, that's a good one. That's matter, energy, space, and time, right? But can't handle. One protester. Don't get me wrong, free zoners are nuts, just not institutionally liable like the mother called us. Yeah, it's true. Ooh. All right, I need to take a break. Correct on mess. Okay, yeah. Ooh. I only know that from the John Atack interview. He really talked about it because I've heard it several times. I couldn't. It was one of those things I couldn't remember. My fibro brain just. The only reason I remember everybody's stories is it's a story, or I've heard it several times. So I remember those facts really well, but don't ask me dates or times or sometimes people who said things. I just know what was said. It's weird. I didn't used to be like that before fibro. Oop, what time is it? There is a bunch of people coming by. It must be cost change. It takes two times hitting the button to get it to turn around. So you see me twice. They just went by. All right. I'm going to get a little loud now. I got some things to say. Hang on. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, I'm going to go with the OTAs. That's a good one. Do you think they have any OTAs in here? Let me look at the other notes. I like the communication one right now. I'm trying to find short ones. So when they go in the door. Why are you hiding? I like the bookstore one. The org, the suicide rate's a good one. Are you happy? And the growth. Yeah, because David Miscavige hasn't written anything. He's not allowed. It's probably why he hates LRH. He can't write anything. I've got people walking by, so I'm going to do the money thing right now. Your leader, David Miscavige, drives a Bentley while you make $200 a week. Make that make sense.
That's pathetic.
It is.
Hey, you get a meal deal at Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
Now they're always over Chipotle.
Oh, I know. Oh, they give them.
Really? Is it that bad?
They get over there.
They eat over there all the time.
Oh, yeah. I see them coming in and out.
So they get $200 a week.
Yep. If they're not making money, they don't get paid. I talked to a guy, he walked by, and he said he joined their staff years ago.
Oh, good.
And Sea Org, they house them and feed them, and they get $50 a week. But if they're not making money, they get beans and rice. And they don't get the $50.
This is so funny. This is all I ever eat at Chipotle. Is beans and rice because it's $3.
Yeah.
It used to be $1.80 before Joe Biden. And now it's $3.25.
Yeah.
Inshallah, brothers.
Yes. But that's how they can recruit just about anybody if they just give them a little bit. That's fucking pathetic.
And,
or people who don't really need money.
They're getting a lot of people from third world countries to come over here, and then they take their passport.
Oh my God!
And then the ones that get $200 a week, they have to house themselves and feed themselves. So a lot of times, after 80 hours here, they have a moonlight job or they have a spouse.
Right.
Anyway, this guy said he joined the staff. He's supposed to get $200 a week.
Okay.
He wasn't getting paid and was going to another church to get fed. And
But to get the cool uniform, I mean, I think that's kind of what it's all about.
It used to be better.
Yeah.
Now they look like bellboys.
I don't know. A great job. And the weather, this is the sweet spot.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
So that's Colin right there. He's real cool. He's always good to us protesters. He messed when they had the radio outside. He would turn it off.
I wanted that radio so bad. I was looking for the right tools. Oh. Come here. Come here. All right. Going in.
He's funny. Hey, Hitzel. Let me go back. You are taught, I gotta write that down. I like the wording. If you are taught to confront and shatter suppression, why are you hiding? That's great. If hope I can read this when I get home. Confront and shatter suppression. And why are you hiding? Yep. That's a good one. Davey has changed LRH. Yeah, we know he did. And the Wayback Machine, I found a whole website where this guy, a person, I don't know this guy, and he says in the intro that David Miscavige hated LRH and wanted to change as much stuff as he could figure out. Hey Juanita, how you doing? And Hitzel's here. 200 a week, that is extremely generous. More like $10 per week in my case. Ooh. Yeah, well they said that they don't get paid if they don't make money. Shade Tech is against, yeah, you're right, it is. Shade Tech, I've said the fundraising thing a lot. Oh, I got a bee on me. Okay, guy. Yeah, I've done the fundraising one. And the if you want your money back. LRH said to give it to him. Little Miscavige. Aberrated. Oh, that's a good one. DM. Aberrated. Policy. I'm going to chalk that. Yep. The basics were left uncorrected for 40 years. Miscavige is out ethics. Is out ethics for changing doctrine and policy. It's a good one too. Are you following LRH or David Miscavige? Yeah, because LRH is supposed to be sore. I'm running out of paper. LRH is source. Oh, Irish. Hello, Irish Mart. Yep, that means little Davey's a squirrel. He squirreled the tech. Hey, baby girl from Palatka, Florida. Yep, the fundraising one, I get them on that on Fridays especially. In Austin, they seem to care more about what you say on LRH than there's an arrow in the way. I can't finish reading that till it moves up. But, all right, that gives me a lot to say. The next person that goes in, I'm just going to ask them, are you happy? Does this make you happier to go in there? Oh. In Austin, they seem to care more about what you say on LRH than Miscavige. Well, good, because I do say a lot about David Miscavige, so I could talk about how LRH didn't even run the church. He was out on a ranch somewhere getting lots of money, like $50,000 a month or something. I think that was in the beginning, actually. Whew. But all right, I'll say some more stuff on LRH then. Especially the one about him dying with the meds. I forget that one sometimes. I'm going to get a crowd here in a second. So I'm just going to yell some things that'll be good for the crowd more. Your leader, David Miscavige, gets handmade Italian shoes, and you make $200 a week. Make that make sense. Are you happy? Does going in there make you happy? Why are you not allowed to read whatever you want? If communication is the universal solvent, why are you not allowed to talk? What was that one about the shades? Are you happy? The confront and suppression one. I need that one. Where'd that go? Shade tech. Where'd it go? Yeah, that definitely got to type this up because I can't read my own crap. The OTH, I need to use that. Ah, here it is. If you're taught to confront and shatter suppression, then why are you hiding behind blinds? Why are you hiding your books in your cafe? That doesn't make sense. If OT8 can control matter, energy, space, and time, why can't you take care of one protester?
Are you signing people up, or?
No, I'm protesting Scientology because of they abuse children and the elderly.
Oh. Well, what do they do to children and the elderly? Is it like the Catholic Church? Like,
No, they don't have a deity. They believe in technology and that it'll make you better. But the problem is they believe they can live multiple lives because they don't, a lot of them don't know this. You have to pay to get up to the confidential level to find this out. But they know they go, when they die, they go find a new baby body. So they look at their kids like they were an 80-year-old man in their last life. They don't treat them like children. They literally will take them out of school and put them doing construction work 9, 10 years old. By 12 or 14, they're in charge of things in the org. And there's a lot of child abuse because they think they're big things in the little body.
How did you find all this out?
On YouTube. The survivors that were talking, I did a deep dive about 2 years ago. I knew nothing. And I just listened to the survivors and their stories. And most of the people you see in here now are not new members. They were indoctrinated as children. They're second and third generation of people that got in and like. The original book was written in 1950 by a science fiction writer. That's the creator.
yeah.
And so he learned a lot from hypnotism. He worked with Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley, Black Magic, and learned how to control people.
So they do magic?
No, they don't know it. They don't know about that. That's what he used to create this, what he calls it.
Yeah, but you're actually like on this like you're like making it seem so great. Obviously, we've heard a lot of shit from all the so we just want to see what we like to go in.
Right. And see, they try to get people in like this, and it's your money making scheme. They have $1 billion in the bank, but they don't know it. Yeah. So, and the sad part is you have 3 levels of members. Sea Org, they signed a $1 billion contract, and they're not allowed to leave because they believe they live multiple lives.
Okay.
So, which we always ask them, why do you guys keep signing the contract every life? But you don't think too hard when you're in it. You're not allowed to have children. They will bust them to the clinic if they do. You're allowed to get married, but they'll separate them for 5 or 6 years in different states, different countries. They don't care. It destroys families.
Okay.
It is destroyed. If one member leaves, you have to declare them, and you can't ever talk to them again.
Yeah.
And if you're a spouse, you have to get a divorce if you don't live with them. And that's why Tom Cruise has never had contact with his daughter Sheree, because he's turned his wife what they call an expressive person. That's why everyone who's ever married has left they do what they call the original leader road program. They have a special arm called Office of Special Affairs that would fair game. They will have you guys do your trash. They I don't know if you've heard about the Danny Masterson trial in California. He was an actor who was a Scientologist. He drugged and armed other Scientologist women over a 20-year period. And in Scientology, you're not allowed to go to the authorities. So they just covered it up. They finally, 3 of them took in their charges trial. He served 30 years to life for it. And it was the first time somebody in Scientology was brought to justice. And he's still, after all that, a Scientologist because they don't think. And that's what they do. I've watched survivors who've gotten out by their parents or dad or something, and they just covered it up, and everybody knows. And Tom Cruise, we used to think, well, maybe he doesn't know, he's too high up, he doesn't know what's going on. No, he knows exactly what's going on. He is used to Sea Org who make $50 a week. They're housed and fed.
$50 a week.
They're housed and fed, but they don't make money
That's
in here.
not a lot of money for him, though.
And they get paid. They get fed beans and rice. They don't make money. Then the staff are supposed to get $200 a week. We're not going to do $700 They don't make money. They don't get paid, and they have to pay rent and buy their own food. I had a guy walk by just a couple days ago. He had signed on as staff. They got him to sign on. If you don't have money to spend in here, they want to be like. So they make tens and they have $1 billion from donations that come through and what they call the public don't do is like. Anyway, if they don't make money, they don't get that. And that guy's
that's why like I don't think
he's working $100 a week. They won't pay him.
That's scary, though. Thanks for that, Thomas, anyway.
You can find a lot of it online now. There's like 200 channels of us. And ex-members now, they're really easy to find. And then they use it with good, the real. Thank you for listening. Right. I don't know if you could hear us because they stopped over by the sign, so you probably couldn't hear anything we said. Sorry, but I gave them the spiel. They said, you know, what's going on? They didn't really know anything, so I gave them the spiel. I told them, I said, you know, they have slave labor, they abuse children. That's why it brought me here. And he said, was it like the Catholic Church? I said, no. I said, it's different because they think they're not doing anything wrong because the children are not children, they're big beings in small bodies. And I told them why. And the slave, I talked a lot about the slave labor, so I don't know if you can hear me or not. But I'm here a lot to talk to people like that. I mean, I've had now 3, you didn't get to see the first conversation. I was actually setting up around the corner, and a student stopped me, and we talked for 15 minutes. And I've had, that may be my 3rd conversation on camera. So, dang, if that's right, I can't remember. It's at least 3 in an hour and a half or so. Of all of them did not know what we know in Scientology, of what's going on in there. They knew of it, they didn't know about it. So that's a lot of people that didn't know. It's raining in London. I love rain. I want to live in Oregon. London is like Seattle, rain and cloud 9 months a year. I would love it. That's just me. I actually, when it gets overcast, that's when I get like motivated to like clean and do things like that. It's weird. There should be a page of short questions and things to say to Sea Org staff and public that gets updated. Maybe former Scientologists contribute what they think would have stuck with them in public. I think some people have done that. I haven't gone and looked. I think there's a couple of resources for protesters or video. I'm going to look into that. And if it's true, I'll post them on a link to on my community tab. I'm sure I've heard something. Yeah, no fundraising. I do talk about that a lot I talk about that a lot when on Friday nights when there's a lot of public. What church forces you to pay membership fees? I know, because I'm in a church that wants us to tithe 10%, but it's not forced. And I'll be honest, for many years, I haven't gone in a while because of my health. But, we were really only full tithe payers probably a couple of years. We gave what we could. That's okay, Miss Sunrise. Hey, Bushman. What's up? The first, I think, was about 20 minutes in. Yeah, and then I had the one, oh man, I wish I would have. She was really asking good questions. They all ask the same thing. My sign says Scientology's call, ask me why, and they do. First thing out of my mouth is they don't let their members leave, and I tell them about the 3 levels of membership. Thank you, Love Maddie. We assume public know, but most only know about Tom Cruise. And now that I know I just found out about him using slave labor on his property. So I am talking a heck of a lot about that. Scientology triggers a lot of good pleasure. Yep. Come on over here to Northwest Oregon. Is coming. Rain is coming. It's been a hot summer though for Northwest Oregon. Yeah, I actually did a study several years ago of the best weather. I looked around and I looked at how hot it got and how cold it got. And then I looked, because I was in California for the 89 quake, I'd been there 2 days. My husband was stationed there. I went back home and waited on government housing because we couldn't afford it. He was a private. And so I looked at fault lines, and I came up with Eugene, Oregon. Because in Oregon, you don't have fault lines. In the state, it's offshore. So if you have an earthquake, you might have a tsunami. So you can't be on the coast. So Eugene or Salem, I really liked, at least on paper. But my husband, being in the Army and then security, armed security, he doesn't like their weapon laws. But I would love it. Love it. 2 days. Wait. Oh. I learned about that on AA Ron's channel about Tom Cruise. It's sickening because he can afford to pay for that himself. I know. And David Miscavige was like, here's a gift of slave labor for you that has $300 million in the bank. And David Miscavige has $1 billion in the bank. Both places are nice. The coast is nice too. So my husband calls me a hillbilly hippie. That's what my craft business is called. So I'm like, I was real conservative. I'm from country folk up in Ohio. But I've always been into yoga, and I read the Dalai Lama, and I like holistic medicine. I listen to 432 megahertz stuff at night on YouTube. It helps you sleep. It does. It really does. Anyway, that's why I like Eugene, because there's like a big craft scene and stuff there. Probably because of the students. Okay. I had some people looking at me from upstairs. That's why I started saying stuff. I've said that already. Good one.
It is cold.
Thank you. Since you've gone Ideal.org, have you had exponential growth? I think not. Our cameras say different. If you had 1 million members only, instead of 30 million that you're told, That's 7,000 per org. I don't see 7,000 people. Why are you hiding behind your blinds and not talking to people like me? Why does your bookstore have one author? Why are you not allowed to read whatever you want? What are they afraid of you'll find out? Try not to say the same things over and over again. If L. Ron Hubbard is source, why is David Miscavige changing his policies? In 2007, he re-released everything and changed it. You guys gave me like 4 or 5 pages. I'm gonna do my other thing that I read out. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Okay. Indicators of human trafficking. Living with employers. Scientology check. Poor living conditions. In Chicago, you have 8 people in a studio apartment.
Amen.
Multiple people in a cramped space. Inability to speak to the individual alone. Scripted or rehearsed answers. The employer holding identity paperwork like taking your passport. Scientology check. Submissive or fearful behavior like closing doors and blinds. The dictionary says human trafficking, the unlawful act of transporting or coercing people in order to benefit from work or service. Crime involves compelling or coercing a person to provide labor or services. The coercion can be overt or subtle, physical or psychological, like fear of being disconnected from your family, fear of debt. Oh, you're back.
I think I sit over there, but I'm not gonna sit by that idiot.
I see him
Mushroom guy.
Oh, you missed. Somebody got aggressive with me again.
Damn it! That's why I was gonna sit there. I was gonna wait. Where are they?
Oh, this was Wednesday. Wednesday or Friday.
You get this on
Wednesday.
video?
Yeah, I did.
What they look like?
He, Pearl Snappy himself has had interactions with him. He rides a skateboard. He's
Okay.
older,
Okay.
dark hair with a bandana.
Okay. How
Here.
long is his hair?
I'll show you.
Yeah. I'll push him up.
Oh, it's fine. He just wanted to argue. And I just stuck with the facts. He actually said, well, if you don't ride a skateboard, you can't have an opinion. I'm like, oh, please, God. Thank God, yes.
That's a cult.
I may not be connected. I'm not connected. I may not be able to show you right now.
No. Free Wi-Fi. UT guest.
Okay.
UT guest. You get free Wi-Fi right here.
UT, Texas?
UT guest. Pop up.
Yes.
Free Wi-Fi.
took a screenshot of it.
Who will?
It was funny more than anything. He came across here. No. He came over here and got behind the groups, and then comes. He's about to come across the intersection. That's another minute. There he is.
Yep, I saw him last night. Yeah, he has long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was weird.
he's very weird. He twice basically I got the feeling he was following me. Because you'd see me and then walk across the street towards me. So anyone does that, I start walking across the street. Like I engage him immediately. Then I was coming back the other way. He's just a person that's gonna follow people. He's fucking weird. No, he's absolutely that's why I asked if he had long hair. There's only one guy in the skateboard who's not a student that really sticks out. And I saw him about 3
Yeah, and when I told Pearl Snappy and Self is Self, the other two, they said, yeah, we've had run-ins with him too. And he just wanted to argue. And I didn't. I just said, give me facts. Because he was he was pro-Scientology. He said, I took a course. They're great. I'm like, you don't know what I know, dude.
Right.
Yeah, so when I finally said he reduced to cursing, I said, give me facts. I'll listen. When I started saying, give me facts, he left.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm not too worried about him.
I'll keep a lookout. Because I've seen him a few times already.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, I love acorns. Those are cool. Are you going to plant it? If you plant it in the ground, it might grow a tree.
I think at this point it's kind of like.
I don't. She's not on camera. I don't like to put the kids on camera.
Picture, baby. That she's filming for.
Yeah. I'm just filming and talking. You know, they have kids her age out on street corners giving out their propaganda. They're using kids her age.
Oh, I've been seeing a lot more here in Austin lately. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
I know.
Absolutely breaks my heart.
Yeah. 'Cause when they hit 6 to 8 years old is when they start auditing them. And it's like therapy / interrogation.
And it breaks.
I'm like, you don't have crimes in your life at 8 years old.
At all.
Yeah, I just. Yeah. This is a cutie patootie though.
Thank you so much.
I have grandkids now. Oh yeah, my kids are in their 30s. So I was like, yeah, I started when they opened in February, and I'm like, having a YouTube channel and protesting something was never on my radar.
Hey,
I
do what you're
just-
called to do.
Yeah, I heard it was opening, and I had found out the survivor stories, and I just had to come down. Because they bought this building 55 years ago on purpose because it was across.
Yeah, I was like,
I know a lot of people don't know
I
that
didn't
here.
even know that they were right here.
Yeah, because they don't
Honestly,
look
had
like
no
a
clue.
church. Well, they're not really. They don't have a deity. They believe in the tech and classes and courses and all that. So that's why they do stuff like that, to try to get students in. I've had a lot of good conversations today. I feel that really didn't know anything about it. So I like to do that.
I had no clue.
Yep.
And we live here.
Yep. I know.
Drive on the street every day.
Well, they were closed for a few years.
They were, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
were.
so.
They were to remodel, and they
Like
had
their whole
to.
life, I want to say they were closed.
Probably.
I've
They
been
had a
there
little
for
place out by a cemetery in a strip mall, so it was empty. And then he finally had to open it because he built so many millions out of the members to remodel it. He had to show that he was doing something. And then the next following month, they opened Chicago right next to the university. So, but luckily, social media is getting the word out.
You still got the acorn?
You know what I did when I was little? I heard that the Indians used to make acorn flour. And so I sat with a rock in my yard and made and crushed.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, they probably. I didn't actually cook anything. I was about her age. I had a rock. I was making flour.
She cooks all the time.
Yeah. Are you a good cook? You help mommy?
Say bye. Have a good evening. Say be safe.
I'll probably see you again if you're around.
Hey, don't touch people's stuff without asking.
She's reading it.
She's trying to read. She knows though. She can feel.
Yeah.
She walked up the first time, so I knew she could. She's a little blessed little one.
That's good. Yeah.
Take care.
You too. She's cute. Oh, it's not secure, but this is my backup phone. It's not on service, and it has absolutely nothing on it except YouTube. So I wasn't worried about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to disconnect now. There's nothing they can get on this. When my phone was getting hot, this is one of our old phones. So I would hotspot to my phone and put my phone in the cooler on some paper. But, yeah. So Oregon and Washington coasts are really beautiful. Yeah. I've never actually been there. Okay, so that was Colin. If you look back, the first time I was ever aggressively attacked, Colin saved my life, pretty much. Because I really do think that guy was worked up enough, and he was trying to come around behind me, that he was possibly going to get violent. And Colin showed up. I was over there, and I had my little fort. I had the bench, my tripod, my wagon, and the tree, and there was only one place he could get to me, and he was trying to circle me. And Colin got between us. And then the guy, since he wasn't getting anywhere, he went that way down to these businesses and started going in and out and messing with people. And then Colin he went down in these businesses. Well, he started to come back, and Colin stood over there by the coffee shop. And so the guy didn't want to. So he thought I would be a good victim. I'm just an old lady on the street corner. But when Colin showed up, he didn't want to interact with him. So he veered into the middle of the street and stopped 2 lanes of traffic. I was already on 911 by then. Because when he was over here, I said, well, I don't know if I should call 911. Colin said, call 911 now. And because I had to go off my live stream to do it. That's why I carry this now. Anyway, so the cops, he ended up across the street on campus on that wall. So APD showed up, campus police showed up, and it took 3 people to put him in cuffs. I never saw him before that, and I've never seen him since. And how he started it was, he took my sign that I stick in my wagon, and he took it out and threw it on the ground. Well, you think you know what you're going to do in a situation, and then your brain just, I don't know, it just didn't work. So I came out of my little fort to go get my sign. I don't think he expected me to be as aggressive as I was, because I treated him like I treated a rabid dog. He wasn't rabid, but he was a mean dog, and I got mean, and I told him to leave me alone. I got back in my area, and he kept coming at me, just being about nothing, about stupid crap. And I got my cane out, and so that's what I have it sitting right here now. I forgot to get it. So it's metal. It won't feel too good. So he kind of backed off, and that's when Colin showed up. So the next time we saw him, when my husband was here, when we went off camera, he took Colin down the street and got him something he wanted. I wanted to get him a beer. He said there was something else he'd rather have. So I went, it was a long day, so I went to the car and my husband took him down the street. Because I wanted to thank him. So he's always really cool. We exchanged phone numbers and email. Ooh. Sorry guys, hit the tripod. So, yeah. So he's always here, and so the first couple times I saw him when they were trying to play their music, he came over here and he turned off their radio. And they came out and yelled at him, so he came over and kicked the crap out of their sign tore it up. He doesn't care. I was like, okay. Travel, no sales tax here. Yeah, we don't have sales tax here either, which is cool. Depends on where you're moving from to here. Austin itself, I live 75 miles north of here where it's way cheaper. From Austin because it was cheaper and he liked the weather, yeah. I live up near the base. My husband was stationed there for 17 years. He retired and we just stayed, but we're gonna go full-time RV. So we're not like moving to a house. We'll probably be traveling and I did want to get some land in Oregon maybe because my daughter already moved away. My son might be moving away with his job after he finishes school. So there's no reason to stay here in this heat. Yeah, the rain and cloud I would love. I found him again on Friday. That guy, the skateboard guy? Tell me about it. Hey, the Tolify. That guy, oh, you told me that. Why are you auditing putting children on the parrot? I just said that to that lady. I'm like, impure. It's illegal if they knew about it. I've lived in Austin and North Portland. If I had to choose, I would take Portland over Austin. It's just too hot. I probably would have had better mental health had I not been here for 30 years because I've spent every summer inside. And I grew up canoeing and camping and being outside. Okay, oh crap, what time is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock. It's not 5 yet. We got a lot of people coming by. Oh yeah, the fire problem in Oregon. Yeah, when if you probably Traveling Panda. Back in May and June, I had to start bringing a chair and my inhaler. I didn't have my inhaler, and the humidity had gotten. We never have storms like that constantly in May. Our lakes were at drought levels, and in a month they were over top of all the pavilions and roads and everything. We have 2 man-made lakes up there that the Army Corps and Engineers built, and it was horrible. And I don't have bad asthma. That's why I didn't have an inhaler. I don't need it that often. And I had an asthma attack on air. I was like, holy crap. So I started sitting, and if I yelled like I just did, I would have had an asthma attack. But now it's not as humid, so we're good now. Oh man, mosquitoes. Our yard is bad for mosquitoes. Scientology triggers has over 300 questions. Okay, Scientology triggers. Got it. Good questions. The thing is, the reason I need to write them down is I think about these things when I'm watching somebody talk and stuff. But then when it comes to remembering standing on the street, I go blank. Thanks, Twyla. I'll look that up. Traveling, we have some humidity here all my life as a kid. Now, see, I grew up in humidity in Ohio, but we've been away from it for so long. Oops, remove. Did I remove a comment by accident? 'Cause sometimes if I touch it, I could do that. Oh, I see. I think I know what you mean. Did I get everybody? Yeah. Yeah, normally we don't. March, I might need my inhaler, and after that, we're done. But I honestly wouldn't mind the humidity for cooler weather. I developed strange allergies. Oh, yep, me too. The pollen. Okay, so I had a little bit of allergies as a kid, but like as soon as like the morning dew burned off, it was gone. I got here and it took a few years. I started having allergies so bad I couldn't see. I had to leave church. My face was leaking. I got the test. Out of 71 things, I was not allergic to 5 things. So I got the serum and it's helped greatly. Well, my husband developed allergies to cedar in his 30s, and now in his 50s they're worse. So he needs to go get the same thing. So they can get to you when you first year you're okay, second year you're on, the allergies show up. Yep, they sure did. Yeah. Man, when classes change and right after that it's like ghost town for a little while. It's cool. But yeah, Colin is my man. He told my husband his story and stuff, so I hope he's doing okay. It was his birthday the other day and I wanted to do something for him and I forgot to bring something. But yeah, so the allergies got better, but the asthma kicked in. Huh?
Are you protesting?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Noah, I'm
Hi.
a big fan of this.
Awesome. Yeah, we're a big group now. We're all over the world
Like
doing it.
anti-Semitism.
Yeah, just standing here at the orgs and doing the protesting. It started in earnest about November and just exploded. And we're in Paris, England, Canada, all the major cities. I actually was, and they've shut down the Hollywood Boulevard org. That was their biggest.
Is that the Big Blue? Or is that... What's
The Big Blue is their base, and they have a lot of things going on in there. They have like a whole city block of buildings, not just Big Blue. And then Clearwater is their other base, and they own 93 properties downtown just to keep other people away. And they put fake storefronts up. It's like North Korea. Yeah, it's like, it looks like a movie set because nobody's there, and you have fake storefronts in the windows.
It's ridiculous. You guys have to go all over the world just to...
I know, but it's getting out. It's working.
Oh, yeah.
They lived in secrecy for 70 years, and now with this, and they're not used, they've had protests before, but like they would coordinate, a couple hundred people show up, and then that was it for the, we're here every day. Every day there's people live streaming. We call it SPTV.
I mean, just do it.
Yeah, I'm live streaming, just talking to people. You're not actually on camera.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pointed that way. Oh no, it's on me right now. I usually ask. I try to ask if you're on camera. Because some people don't want to be. But yeah, I educate anybody that doesn't know. Because what brought me here was the child abuse.
Yeah.
I don't care what other religions do at all. Because people say, "Are you a Christian? Is that why you're here?" I'm like, no. I watched all these survivors who have channels now talk. And the horrible things that they've gone through because they believe they're adults in small bodies because they've lived multiple lives. So they don't treat them like children. They literally have kids 12, 13, 14 years old auditing adults. And it's like therapy / interrogation. And they have to go through this horrible training to learn to have no emotions. They will find the most horrible things on the dark web and yell it at them during training. Until you don't show emotions. Yes. And you're 12. You can start as early as 10. I'm like, and you're supposed to, and they have a video they get put out. If you want to take a picture of it, growing up in Scientology is who got me into it, and the rest of them are kids that were at in the Sea Cadets. No education, just doing manual labor all day at little kids.
Yeah.
And I forget what I was getting at. Aaron was. Oh, well, we've got people that have come out that, told us of the abuse that they've gone through. And there was one phone call one girl had, the last phone call with her dad, because she left the church and you have to disconnect.
Yeah.
And he said, you don't need to be upset. You're not really my daughter and I'm not really your dad. You were an 80-year-old man in your last life. That's the problem.
Psycho.
Yeah, that's what it creates, an environment that protects abusers. The Danny Masterson, did you hear about that? Danny Masterson trial in California. He's an actor that's a Scientologist, whole family is Scientologist. He drugged and AR'd other Scientology women over many years. It took him, and you're not allowed to go to the authorities. One did. It took him like 20 years to get him in court last year. He was sentenced last year. And the reason he was convicted is they got the paperwork from the church where he admitted to what he did but didn't think it was wrong, and how they covered it up. And he's serving 30 years to life. Yeah. So that's a step in the right direction. He's the first, abuser in the cult to be taken to justice.
You don't tell me how many more there are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just it's so sad. I'm
Yeah.
glad there's like a whole organization.
Yeah, and then there's two foundations that ex-members created to help them escape.
What are they called?
SPTV Foundation, that's our group. It's called SPTV. SP is a suppressive person or enemy of the church.
Okay.
And so he took that name. He just started that like this year, I think. And then the Aftermath Foundation has been around for a little while. And they said since we started protesting, they are getting more phone calls. They can't tell us how many or who, because it has to be private, because they will fair game you. They will come after you if
Right,
you leave or if you speak out against them.
Yeah.
So
There's so much money just to sue whoever
they have $1 billion in the bank, and the members don't even know it because they're still this took so many years to remodel because they had to provide the money from the members in the area. Even though he has $1 billion in the bank, it doesn't trickle down. It only goes up.
That's the whole point of this cult.
Oh, it's money. It's a money-making
As
scheme.
much money as possible,
L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer.
That's what I don't understand. People coming here, they read it like it's the Bible,
Well, I'm
literally
reading the
is.
first book that he wrote called Dianetics. Every Sunday we read a chapter and talk about it, and it's really what he studied to control people. And he even told somebody, he's like, I'm not making any money on my sci-fi books. To make money, you gotta start a religion. The guy was a shyster. He really was. But I just did a video on him and black magic. I looked into, in the 40s, he actually was involved with Jack Parsons, who was Aleister Crowley's protege. You know who that is? Aleister Crowley was kind of a Satanist. He died in 47, but in the late 1800s, the supernatural was a big deal in England. He was English. And he was actually considered the wickedest man on earth for a time because his philosophy was you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get caught.
Okay.
And so the leader that started this actually was part of that for a while and learned how to control people and stuff, do that. And we're learning that. So I feel actually, I'm not so sorry for the people in. A lot of them are second and third generation, so they don't know any
They don't
better.
really have a chance.
But I can see how this guy was, he was charming. The stuff he said in this book, back in the 1950s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they got a lot of numbers. Because there was no internet to check to see if it was right or not. And he says he's going to help you, that it's another therapy. He hated psychiatry, mainly because he didn't get in the Navy, he had some problems and they didn't help him.
Yeah.
And that's why. So he was saying, if you think about back then, nobody talked about mental health, or drug addiction, and so he was like, I'm going to help you. And that's what got a lot of people in, and now their kids and grandkids are a part of it. So they're not really getting new members. A lot of what I say here is I tell them about the foundation that they can get out if they want. So I'm I'm hoping, and they did say there's an uptick. It's just they have so much pressure on them because you have to leave your whole family. If you're staff and you have a moonlight job with Scientology, or you're a public, they're the ones that go in and pay for services. You have to disconnect from your job, your family, your friends, everything. That's why a lot of the celebrities don't actually, that were Scientologists, are still publicly a Scientologist because of their friends and family, but they're not really doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then there's the ones like Tom Cruise that's all in.
It's
Come to
not
find out,
special
we
now.
used to think us network called Never Ends because we were never in it. We used to think Tom Cruise, maybe because he was so high up and friends with the leader, that he didn't really know what was going on down below with the Sea Org, the slave labor. Come to find out, David Miscavige gifted him Sea Org members to work on his property for free. Slave labor. This guy's worth like what, $300 million, and he used slave labor on his properties. Now, the Sea Org was probably all excited to do it because their lives are drudgery.
Yeah.
They were probably like, oh, okay, but they didn't know any better really, so. Yeah, it is. And we're just trying to, the reason we're here, the biggest reason is to get their tax exempt status taken away.
Yeah.
The church status protects them too much. The government won't do anything.
That's a big, I forgot about that. That's a big struggle.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason we're out here. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't stand on the corner like me,
Yeah.
that are contacting city councils, that are contacting the DOJ, that are doing all this, what I call keyboard warrior work, investigating and getting information. It's a whole network now that we work together. It's awesome. It's really great. I don't know much about YouTube, but I don't know if there's ever been like 200 channels on YouTube all working, doing the same thing. I mean, there's people that are affiliated in small groups.
Yeah.
We're all doing the same thing. And it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. No,
Yeah.
I think I know a lot about YouTube, and there's really never been, that much collaboration with one specific.
And none of us care if we can use each other's videos. We can, in the chat, we can put links to other channels. We try to uplift the small channels that are up and coming. I mean, we're all working together. 99%. We've had, a few people that was a little bit of drama, but those were the people that you could tell weren't there for the right reason.
Yeah.
And they don't usually stay long. But any group, you're going to have issues a little bit, personality conflict. For the most part, this is what I tell my people all the time. I'm like, I was bedridden right before this. And this is why I think things happen for a reason. That's why I had the time to deep dive. Then in November, they put a pain stimulator in my back. It was healed by January, and this place opened in February. I would have never been able to do this. And I said, one of the reasons I wanted to be part of it was not just because of the abuse, but the community. To be in somebody's chat supporting the channel, you have to have an empathy and a kind of heart. So that's the kind of community that it is. And it's all walks of life. It's not religious, it's not political. It's all about ending Scientology, ending child abuse, that kind of thing. So if you want to look those channels up, that'll get you started. And there's growing up in Scientology is one that ended up on my feed that I started with. He doesn't rant and rave. He just tells you what stories and what's going on and currently with Scientology. And I went back 1 year and binge watched a year of his videos in 2022, and that's where I learned. And then he has other survivors on, and he's the one that encouraged everyone to start a channel. He didn't even care if you had one video of your story. If you were a survivor, tell your story. We want as many YouTube channels out there, so when you type in Scientology, you don't get their stuff, you get us. And I appreciate people like you that stop and listen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
I've kind of just walked past it and thought if there's anything I could, do really, this is the biggest thing.
Watch, find some channels that you connect with, let other people know that don't know, because you never know, you might talk to some kid, a senator, or somebody, a lawyer's kid or something that maybe will work with us, we hope. We're trying to get to everyone that's getting elected, we're trying to get to them to see if we want hearings. We just want hearings into Scientology's taxes and status.
Spiel about Scientology.
That's what I come for.
SPTV. growing up in Scientology.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Have a
All
good day.
right. Awesome. Oh, I forgot about that one. Hey, Lily, scissor hands. Oh, neat. All right, where'd I stop? Oh, the allergies. Okay. Not a group, individual protesters. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, we're all working together to create the same thing. That's why I said when I do talk about AA Ron, I say he's not a leader. I call him the godfather of science, of SPTV. Yes, there have been other channels and people writing books and people doing TV shows and stuff before now, but I really watched him encourage so many other people to start channels, and that he made it. He even encouraged Never Ends to start channels, and so I call him the godfather of Scientology, not the leader, but the cheerleader. So we don't have a leader, but he's the cheerleader of everything. You know, I like everybody else too. That happens at least once every time I'm out here, and it's never the same car twice. They're just hitting the gas to make noise and irritate people. Solomon posted a picture of the Hollywood Testing Center. There are signs on the doors. It looks like they're opening up again. Uh-oh. Well, there'll be somebody there to say hi when they do. How many public have gone inside today? 3? Maybe. Thanks, Juanita. You should say the classes cost you more and more as you... Yes, I should have said that. He kind of knew. He even said, oh, it's about money. I said, yeah, it's what he actually said it first. So he kind of already knows. Hi.
Excuse me.
Sure.
What happened to Shelly Miscavige?
Well, they think they know where she is, but for a long time they didn't. She just up and disappeared.
They sent her to the hole?
Huh?
They sent her to the hole?
We don't know if it was punishment as much as she was his assistant.
Oh, I thought
And
she was his wife.
It was, but the thing is, marriage in Scientology is more of a business thing than like what we would think. So she was his right-hand man and knew a lot of information and things that he had done. And we think he wanted to get rid of her because she knew too much. So he moved her to a base where there's like 2 people in the middle of nowhere, we think. So we don't think he offed her, but it's been since 2008 at least she's been missing.
Something you shouldn't do to people, basically.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for informing me.
Oh, no
Have
problem.
a nice day.
Anytime, you can stop. That was a good question. You just want to know what happened to... I didn't say what I really think. I have my opinions on the matter. Does anyone know if there's a list of ex-Scientologists I am looking for? Yes, AA. There is somebody putting a list together. Well, actually, it's of missing people. I'm looking for... You can go on there, I think. Oh, somebody else probably knows the details. It's been a while since it's been talked about. Yeah, I saw the Going Clear on Netflix, and I've debated about watching it because I've learned so much from the survivors and stuff. One was a PAC and one was flag service in Florida. Yeah. Liz Gale. She's doing that? Liz Gale is? Yeah, go to Liz Gale on Insta, I think. Is she Liz Gale on YouTube? I would ask Ono Nora for PAC and Aaron for Florida. Yes, that's true. All right. Those are good resources. You can eat. They all, I think, have emails, and they'll answer your questions. Hey, Cher, what's up? I gotta watch the time. Ooh, I've already been here 2 hours. I hadn't planned to be here at 5. I'd planned to be here at 2 to 4, but since I was late, and I got sidetracked talking to a student on the way here. I need water. My mouth is dry. I need to get some of that biotin and bring it with me. Haggis Basher! She's Liz Gale on YouTube. Okay. I thought it was different. I have been talking my lips off today. Wow. Mondays are good. I'm going to start coming on Mondays. This has been awesome. You know me, I like to talk. I was literally born for this. Never thought. Just talking to a camera in a building. There could be 0 people watching me and I'd still be talking. My husband knows. My husband, I'll talk him to sleep. Literally talk him to sleep. And like I was telling people the other, when I fell asleep listening to the other night. You know what? I used to do that to Aaron. Early on, I would play a video that I already watched. I would use it because back then when he was pre-recording videos, he was real, you know, calm all the way through. Kim, did you ever go watch? No. You gave me the link and I will do it. Where's my pen? I'm gonna write on my hand. Dorothy, is that documentary? I've had to do this before for other things. From Share. Because I tell you, I get home and I do a brain dump. I forget everything I say online that I'm gonna do. Geez, what was that? But yeah, Colin wanted to know what that guy looked like earlier. I always write on my hand. Yeah, because it makes me remember. I see it a lot. If I want to remember a phone number, I put it on a sticky where I'm going to look a lot. Like, I've even had one. I remember my boss's phone number one time. I accidentally laid it in the bathroom, like on the back of the toilet. So every time I went to the bathroom, I'd flush and see it. And I memorized it that way back before. Capturing the light. Okay. Can't lose your hand. I know. That's why I have to take my date book to like the doctor because they give you the card with it on there and I lose it. But luckily, doctors now are texting you reminders. Because damn, it's $50 when I miss my appointment. I do it all the time. I never thought, I always thought my voice was grating. When I listen to it, I think I sound like a little kid. That's the way it sounds to me. Kind of nasally. But I'll take it. Lori Marie, welcome in. Oh, hey, Lori Marie. I remember, weren't we talking about Marie being... Marie was a big middle name in my family, but for some reason I didn't get it. My sister did. And my mom did. Maybe my dad didn't like it. I never asked. It sucks when all of your parents and grandparents are gone. By the time you're 30, well, my grandmother wasn't. You can't ask them anything. I'm already 5 years older than my dad. Well, my mom was 53, so I'm 2 years older than she was when she passed. But, hey, Lana. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I just wish I could talk to him a little more. I'm doing my genealogy. It makes you think. Yeah, I'm not yelling at the building anymore. I've talked so much. I'm worn out. But it's great. I love most of them. This last guy, he knew a lot. But I like the guy that he just came up and asked me, so what happened to Shelly Miscavige? Did you get to hear that? He was kind of far away. I don't use mics, but I should. So that when somebody's like far away, I can have maybe a mic that'll hear them. I have them, I just have never needed to use them. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. But I want to move over to the corner again when school lets out. I think I get more people stop when I'm out front, but when I'm on the corner, I'm going to do probably a little bit of yelling for the group. I'm doing really good. The weather has broken finally. It's only in the 80s and breezy. It's super nice. No, it's only in the 80s. That's why I came midday. Remember how in the spring I used to come midday? I'd leave the house about noon-ish. The only thing is I have to either leave before 5 or I have to wait till like 5:30-ish and leave. Because 5 o'clock traffic. So it takes me 5 minutes to get the freeway from here about. And if I leave right at 5 o'clock-ish, it's 20 minutes. So, capturing the light on your hand. So no, it's finally broken, but it probably won't get cool. Like last night, I'm not turning the heater on. It was only in the 60s, but I had a sweatshirt on. I hate wearing sweat. I get hot. But I slept in a sweatshirt last night. It was awesome. Love it. But it won't last very long, and then it'll just get cold. We don't get much of a fall. Ooh, it got down to 54 last night. I don't know if it got that cold last night or not. When I checked when I went to bed, it was 63, I think. Only 91 today. 67%. Yeah, that's the part that scares me is the humidity. I have to be careful. But it's not oppressive heat, so I'm not feeling like I need my inhaler. MD Media is organizing a protest at the KIA Center to protest the Linkin Park concert on 9/11. Cool. Cool. I'll watch it. Yeah, there were people in the chat when Aaron was talking about it saying, why are you just messing with somebody that had an opportunity in their career? And I answered this. I said, it's not about her being a Scientologist. It's about her surrounding a victim and trying to intimidate them. It was her actions. And they said, the sheriff said, they've only seen behavior like that in gang prosecution trials. I mean, that's interfering with a witness, is it not? That's illegal. Ooh, my back. Hi, Amy. Personal experience, 44 years ago, was pulled from a TR class with others. Listen to staff. Gal say older lady there taking a second mortgage on her house to go up the bridge. To keep going up the bridge, had to cheer and clap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. If communication is the universal solvent, why are you not allowed to talk to us? Staff member. Yeah. Yeah, if they let me talk long enough, like I try to get the bullet points out. If they let me talk long enough, I'll get into the fact that people went into debt for this building. If you have any questions, I'm here. Somebody was just walking by real slow looking at my sign and their sign. So I let them know I'm open to conversation. Sorry I'm moving around. Back's... Oh. I hope my phone lasts till 5. I'm at 19%. I might have to get the battery back up. Oh, here comes another staff. I think I'm going to stick with the communication thing. Or the OT8s. The guilt of empathy like yourself is always heartbreaking. To me, it's got to be so hard. Yeah, I know. Because you know there are people like you in there clapping going, this is horrible. But they have to. You can't. It's like North Korea. If you don't cry hard enough, if the leader dies or something happens, or you don't cheer loud enough, you're in trouble. They will find you. It's just like that. It's coercion. Hi. Yeah, I got a older staff member coming. If communication is the universal solvent, why aren't you allowed to talk to us? I'm reading Dianetics. I have questions. The door tried to eat him. I think it's hilarious because they try to go in so fast and the door eats them. Let me turn around. You guys don't want to see me. It looks like people might be coming back from meals. He had a cup in his hand. The door broken. Oh, it's never been fixed. What they did is they tightened it so hard to close that now if you don't pull on it hard enough, it closes on you and sticks you there. And it looks like it hurts. Hey, Christy. Hi. You're fine. Hi, all. Lincoln Park singer. Sorry, but as an adult person, you can temper your behavior. Admit you're still in the cult or not. It's the half apology people are wrestling against. Yes, it is. That is exactly it. That Satan eating door is just trying to do its job. Exactly. That's a safety issue. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Christy. Oh, my back. Oh, maybe I should have got my chair out. I'm trying to strengthen up my back. That's why I quit sitting. But, yeah. I hope I don't have to get my battery backup out. I'm waiting until 17%. Dang. I'm gonna have to get the battery backup out. This one. I need my hubby to jerry-rig me a pocket that hangs on my tripod. Because if I try to sit this just on the little ledge, it falls. So I'm going to stick it in my pocket and hope I don't forget. There are no zombie table people. Now, they've just been putting that out with pens in a packet for people to just grab. I grabbed one, but I didn't take the pen. I didn't want their stinking pen. So, yeah, this is just the table they put out. They don't man it. Did you see the new sign they got out, y'all? Trying to get people to come in. Yeah, whatever. They're actually body routing in the suburbs. Hitzel has grabbed up 6 boxes of pamphlets in Cedar Park, and Leander, which is really far north. I passed them on my way in, hiding under the table. They've been under there for 2.5 hours then. This personal experience made me leave, which meant my Scientology boyfriend, oh, I missed him, would leave me. He did. I left both. They still include me as a member. Will I let it go to... Not sure the abbreviations in the last sentence. Stand beside and block it. Oh, they moved on from stress, personality. Yeah, they have the personality test. Look how close I am to it. I've been standing here this whole time, literally right in front of it. And on Friday night, when it looks like they want to take it in, I'm usually standing right by it, and they leave it because they don't want to come out and deal with me. Yeah. Sent last, voicemail call from the local org, invited me to an LRH birthday event to Aaron, and he played it live. Oh, cool, Maddie. That was you? Cool. See, we like having survivors and stuff and under the radar giving Aaron stuff and everybody stuff. So if anybody wants a box of pamphlets, I know Aaron does. I'm gonna help Hitzel ship them. She's like, she hasn't shipped stuff. I go, girl, I've had to ship stuff to Korea, Bosnia, Iraq. I used, if my husband was gone on Christmas, I would buy one of those like dollar store 12-inch Christmas trees with the lights on it, and I'd put some decorations in the box and send it to him for his room. Next time they invite you, you should go. Undercover video would go viral. Or you could have folks outside for backup. I don't know. That might be hard to do. I would never push you to do it. But it would be interesting. I just have to remember not to walk away with the battery pack in my pocket. I will pull the whole thing down. Let's see, what time is it? It's getting close. I'm going to move down to the corner here soon. Yeah, hubby was getting irritated with me because he would wake up and I'd be gone. And he'd have to check on my channel to see why. So I woke him up. He was all bleary-eyed, and I was like, I'm leaving now. Because that's like middle of the night for him. It's like waking somebody up at 3 in the morning and being, hey, I'm leaving. Oh, okay. Sure. They still consider me a Scientology in good standing, apparently. I put the voicemail I get from them in my cell phone on voice memos. Well, they don't really do their due diligence, do they? And, you know, they want to keep as many members on the rolls as they can. So if you haven't done anything too overt, they haven't figured out, then they're going to keep you on the list. Oh, I can move up more because of the shade. Watch out, I'm moving the camera. Oh, no, pushing. Oh, I know, Cher. I know, Cher. You wouldn't do that. It's a neat idea. It's totally up to them. Now, what's cool about my phone, I have the Samsung Flip 5, and So it has a front screen, and it's a mine is a purse. It has a wallet attached, so it looks like a small purse. That was the biggest reason I got it, because my old phone, I had stuck a wallet to it, and that way you never forget your wallet or your phone because they're in one place. Because some of you I've shown it to before, but see, like, I have to take the wallet comes off, but I still have the strap attached, and I hook that around my tripod. And sometimes I used to hook it when I have it in the gimbal, I wrap it around my arm, so if anybody tries to hit it or take it out of my hand, it won't hit the ground. So it's been kind of a plus in a way. It just gets overheated because it has a front and back screen. It just gets too hot. We're gonna move over here to the corner in just a couple minutes. You know, I should do it now. Okay, it's quarter till. We're moving. All right. If you get motion sick, look away. Hang on. I'm gonna put my cane over here, and I gotta take the brake off. Okay. Alright. Now, we're walking. This way, walking. We're walking. Oh, it's shady over here, too. Cool. I love how tall this building is in this time of day, because, man, it's all completely shaded. This is a good spot. Right at the edge of the shade. Woo! Sorry. I did it. I turned around with that battery backup in my pocket. Sorry, guys. Almost hit the ground. Well, that's weird. Did you see that homeless guy that was on the bench the whole time? He laid there the whole entire time I've been here, and I move, and he gets up and leaves. And I've seen him before. Was ordering a birthday present from Timo. I gotta get on and order my husband the fan that I have for his work. So I think I'd have to call them back so my name would be on their authorized list to come in for the event. Sure, they'd make sure that I didn't record and check me for hidden devices. Probably, yeah. That's why I like my phone, because you can't tell. If you turn it and you see the wallet, you can't tell it's a phone. I plan on using that at some point. Oh, we're back up to 18% now. So I'm gonna hold my sign so they can see it. It looks like crap. This thing has been through so much. So when that first guy came at me and I had my cane, some of you already know this, but it looked like on camera I was hitting him with my cane. People thought I hit him, but I banged it on my sign real hard to let him know I meant business. Poor sign. And it's been rained on. We need to buy you some straight up 007 James Bond gear, like a camera brooch or something. Yeah, I would totally do it. I would, if you want. They, local org pay street people, I know. Especially the first guy, because I've never seen him before, and I've never seen him since. Because I know enough, especially my husband. He's always worked nights in bad neighborhoods. So he deals with homeless people, and they have their areas they like. He has this chick that keeps stealing. She lives in a tent. He watches her ride her bike around at night with a trash bag, stealing stuff. He watched her take money out of, where you park and you put money in the slot. She gets a coat hanger. The cops don't care. But she was stealing plants, new plants, from his property to go beautify her tent, and he can't let her do it. That's stealing. She's already been CT'd. But she's always in that, he has, and then there's Jeremy. Jeremy, from what the cops say, everybody knows him. He used to be like this super smart genius guy, like in computers or something. And he got a hold of some bad drugs that fried his brain. And now he walks around at night, and every time he gets a blanket, he's paranoid somebody will steal it. So he throws it over the fence of the property my husband has to watch. And he sees him on camera. And he'll come by and check on it. But he knows my husband's going to have to throw it away because it's on the property and you can't get to it. So, yeah, he knows everybody around there. When he used to be in North Austin, he knew pretty much everybody in that area too. They will still call you years after. And yeah, even when you ask them not to. Yeah, we know somebody said it's been 30 years and they moved and they still found him. FYI, they've gotten every address and non-published phone I've ever had. Dang. Yeah, they finally got my license plate number. But if they didn't have it already, then they're failing miserably. They've had 6 months. Last letter I got 2021. That is something. I remember them telling me that they could trace a person's address or something to that extent. They use facial recognition too. That's why when you see William Good on an interview, he wears the sunglasses. I don't know why he doesn't always wear them when he's on his channel. Maybe just because it's dark. He's out at night and he has 44 plus years. Maddie, or Love Maddie. I don't even know if that's her name. I always shorten the names. Oh. Alright. I'd go a little closer, but I don't want my phone in the sunshine. I'm close enough though. I don't want to look like I'm blocking people. Let's turn it. So, yep, here they come. Okay. Oh gosh, dang it. I gotta put that battery back up in a different pocket. I was turning around. Dang it, I missed the group. Messing with the battery bank. Now the group's gone. Oh, it's your cat? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I can see why you would want to do that. I love fur babies. Yeah. I was trying to hide my real name. That's why I have a separate channel. But my husband and my daughter have come in my chat and said, hi. And I'm like, yeah, guys, change your name. Too late now. All right, hang on. Your leader, David Miscavige, drives a $200,000 Bentley, and you make $200 a week. Make that make sense. Why does it cost tens of thousands of dollars to move up in the church, to take courses? I'm saying things for the other people. Ooh, there's a big crowd. What's another one? see what. Your leader, L. Ron Hubbard, said you should never fundraise. Your new leader, that's all he does. You have $1 billion in the bank. Why does he need more? My phone's getting hot. If I ever just go off in the middle of everything for no reason, it does that when it gets hot. It's actually only done it once. It may move.
What am I?
Your leader gets gourmet sushi driven 90 miles one way, and you have to eat beans and rice when your org doesn't make money. Make that make sense. I wonder why they don't close the blinds upstairs. I see people looking at me all the time. All right, Diana. Oh, AA, I'm the same way. If somebody wanted to send me something, and I was going to ask a friend of mine if I could use their address, so they didn't know mine. But that person never got back with me, so. Let me get my notebook out. Indicators of human trafficking. Living with employer. Scientology check. Poor living conditions. Multiple people in a cramped space. Scientology check. You have 8 people to a studio apartment in Chicago. Inability to speak to any individual alone. Scientology check. Scripted or rehearsed answers. Check. The employer holding identity documents like passports. Scientology check. Signs of physical or emotional abuse. Scientology check. Submissive or fearful behavior like closing the blinds and doors. Check. Oh, it's just a little bit sore. AA. Nothing like it used to be. If I'd have done this before the implant, I would be crying after a half hour. Tidbit. Boyfriend calls me at work and wants $2,000 to get to clear. Oh. I said, you at the org? Yes. Is someone with you? Yes. He was being coached. I lent him the money. He did eventually pay me back. Well, I'm glad he paid me back. Weirdos circling the block can be annoying. Yep, I had to make calls with the ethics officer sitting there in the room with me, coaching me. Continue. After I had left him and the Scientology didn't want to have to deal with him or this, but has to because of the money. I get it. David Miscavige, your leader, drives a Bentley and you make $200 a week for 80 to 100 hours. Make that make sense. When you don't make money, you don't get paid. Make that make sense. Your Sea Org makes $50 a week for the same amount of work. Make that make sense. Yeah, AA, I agree. I'm getting a little tired. I'm trying to think of things to say in front of other people that might make them listen. You say you have 30 million members, yet I've only seen 10 public come in and out. Make that make sense. Yeah, probably all day. Probably seen 10 public. I usually see more staff than public because of meal times. Remember, they brought Sea Org here to staff. And we won't see Sea Org because they don't come out. They eat there. They live there. So we don't even know how many Sea Org they have going in and out. Worked on him. Okay, you guys are having a conversation. Does being around Scientologists now throw your whole energy aura off or play with your brain? Probably would, I would think. What's he call? What does LRH call that? Restimulation of trauma? Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys being in the chat. It helps me a lot. Gives me some good ideas to talk about. Really appreciate that. Like I said, I've only spent 6 months protesting, and before that about a year and a half of a deep dive. So I'm new to all this. You guys have lived it. David Miscavige, your leader, gets handmade Italian shoes while you eat beans and rice and live 8 people to an apartment. Make that make sense. Yeah, it's all silly stuff that I'm saying that might make people walking by want to look into it. Really? They do that? The Italian Handmaid's Tale. Adam. Let's see what time is it. Well, it's 5:04, you guys. I have been on here for 2 hours and 49 minutes. My back says I need to go home. And I'm hungry. But I appreciate y'all. I've had at least 20 something people all consistently all day. That is awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hitzel. We need to get together with those pamphlets. I put it out there if anybody wants any, if that's okay. We had sec checked when we went on vacation. Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous. Oh, Scooter Report. Go to Scooter Report. Go do a room raid right now. And I'll log on when I get to the truck and listen. Y'all have a good day. Bye.